All right, welcome back to Safety Life LLC. So, this topic we're just going to talk about OSHA. What is OSHA? Why it's important. So, OSHA was established in 1971 as part of an Occupational Safety and Health Act. The goal was to ensure that employees provide a safe and healthy work environment for their employees. So, but according to the official OSHA government website, Congress created OSHA law to ensure safe and helpful conditions for workers by setting and enforcing standards and providing training, outreach, education, and compliance assistance. All right, so there you go. That's what OSHA is. So by law, as a company, we have to do whatever we can to keep our guys safe. So, and by keeping our guys safe, like, what does this mean? So, getting them proper equipment, setting them up for success, getting them PPE, filling out JSAs, looking at all the hazards and risks on the work site, try to eliminate those and reduce those risks. And all of these things can promote productivity. It can lower premium costs for insurance. It can decrease like legal risks and things like that. So it's pretty important because when somebody gets hurt, it costs a lot of money to help that person because you got medical bills, you have loss of production, you got premiums will increase as far as insurance, lost time, and things like that. So it really costs a lot of money when somebody gets hurt. And you always got to think that it's always, not always, but I always tell my guys, it's the small things that can turn into something way bigger. Just like you get a cut on your hand. Well, that cut can lead to an infection. And that infection can seep into your bloodstream. You can get really sick, and things like that. And then you'll have to go to the doctor, get antibiotics, and then possibly, time off of work. So I try to get personal with my guys. I try to keep them safe because I want them to go home to their families. Because when I started work in my 20s, I was exposed to all kinds of hazards in construction with these smaller construction companies, like silica exposure and, scaffolding mishaps and things like that. It was just dangerous. And, nobody told me anything about these hazards or how to protect myself, or I wasn't even given anything to protect myself from these hazards, and now that I know this, I want my guys to go home to their families. I want them to continue to work for us, and I want them to feel comfortable and appreciated. And I try to make them feel that, they're just not a pawn on the chessboard or anything like that, or they're replaceable. We don't want to replace these guys. The guys that we have, they're awesome. They work hard, and they do a great job. And we don't want to lose them, so we want to protect them as best we can. So, and one thing to keep your guys safe is training. You need to train your guys about safety, about risks, about all the hazards in the workplace. Because if you're not training your guys, they're not going to know about this stuff. And that is super important. If they don't know, then they don't know, and then they're just going to continue doing what they've always been doing. And by training them and having safety meetings and things like that, it's got to be a continuous thing on a daily basis in order to change that habit, that behavior. And once you start changing that behavior, then it becomes habit, right? And then it's going to become muscle memory. And it's just going to make more sense. And then their work practices, they're going to start implementing safety measures and precautions and things like that. And that's how they're going to start doing their work tasks, in a safe manner. It's and it doesn't happen overnight. That safety culture takes years, but it has to be a constant effort on a daily basis, and you have to have management to back you up. So that's pretty much OSHA in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. But other than that, hit subscribe, follow, whatever you need to do. All right, let's get this party going. All right, thanks, guys.